List of birds of Slovenia. This is a list of the bird species recorded in Slovenia. The avifauna of Slovenia include a total of 397 species, of which 3 have been introduced by humans. This lists taxonomic treatment, designation, and sequence of orders, families, and species and nomenclature common, and scientific names follow the conventions of the Clements Checklist of Birds of the World, 2019 edition. The family accounts at the beginning of each heading reflect this taxonomy, as do the species counts found in each family account. Introduced and accidental species are included in the total counts for Slovenia. The following tags have been used to highlight several categories. The commonly occurring native species do not fall into any of these categories. Accidental, a species that rarely or accidentally occurs in Slovenia. I introduced a species introduced to Slovenia as a consequence, direct or indirect, of human actions. Ducks, geese, and waterfowl. Pheasants, grouse, and allies. Order Galliformes family. Phascidae. The Phascidae are a family of terrestrial birds. In general, they are plump, although they vary in size and have broad, relatively short wings. Common quail, Coturnix. Rock partridge, Alectoris greca. Ring-necked pheasant, Phascinus colchicus iii. Gray partridge, Perdix. Western capercaillie, Tetraururigallus gallus. Black grouse, Tetrautetrix. Hazel grouse, Tetrasts rock ptarmigan, Lagopus muted. Flamingos. Order Phoenicopteriformes family, Phoenicopteridae. Flamingos are gregarious wading birds, usually 3 to 5 feet 0.9 to 1.5 m tall, found in both the western and eastern hemispheres. Flamingos filter feed on shellfish and algae. Their oddly shaped beaks are specially adapted to separate mud and silt from the food they consume and uniquely are used upside down. Greater flamingo, Phoenicopterus roseus asius a. Pterus roseus asius a. Grebes. Order Pediciptiformes family, Pediciptidae. Grebes are small to medium-large freshwater diving birds. They have lobed toes and are excellent swimmers and divers. However, they have their feet placed far back on the body, making them quite ungainly on land. Little grebe, Tachybaptis ruficalis. Horned grebe, Podiceps auratus a, Aratus 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 a, Aratus. Red-necked grebe, Podiceps Gricegenan. Great-crested grebe, Podiceps cristatus. Eared grebe, Podiceps nigricalis. Pigeons and doves. Order Columbiformes family, Columbidae. Pigeons and doves are stout-bodied birds with short necks and short slender bills with a fleshy cere. Rock pigeon, Columboliviae. Stock dove, Columba onas. Common wood pigeon, Columba palumbus. European turtle dove, Streptopelia tertiaria. Eurasian collared dove, Streptopelia decaocto. Sandgrouse. Order Pterocliformes family, Pteroclidae. Sandgrouse have small, pigeon-like heads and necks, but sturdy, compact bodies. They have long pointed wings and sometimes tails and a fast direct flight. Flocks fly to watering holes at dawn and dusk. Their legs are feathered down to the toes. Palazzi sand grouse, Cehaps paradoxus A. Octaradoxus A. Bustards. Order, Ottidiformes family, Ottididae. Family, Ottididae. Ottididae. Bustards are large terrestrial birds mainly associated with dry open country and steppes in the Old World. They are omnivorous and nest on the ground. They walk steadily on strong legs and big toes, pecking for food as they go. They have long broad wings with fingered wingtips and striking patterns in flight. Many have interesting mating displays. Great bustard, Otis tarda harda McQueen's bustard, Chlamydotes McQueenia a. Little bustard, Tetrax Trax A. Cuckoos. Order, Cuculiformes family, Cuculidae. The family Cuculidae includes cuckoos, roadrunners, and annies. These birds are of variable size with slender bodies, long tails, and strong legs. The Old World cuckoos are brood parasites. Great spotted cuckoo, Clemator glandarius A, Darius A, Darius A, Darius A, Darius A, Darius A, Darius A, Ader glandarius A, Darius A. Common cuckoo, Cuculus canorus. Nightjars and allies. Order, Caprimulgiformes family, Caprimulgidae. Nightjars are medium-sized nocturnal birds that usually nest on the ground. They have long wings, short legs, and very short bills. Most have small feet, of little use for walking, and long pointed wings. Their soft plumage is camouflaged to resemble bark or leaves. Eurasian nightjar, Caprimulgus europaeus. Swifts. Order, Caprimulgiformes family, Apodidae. Swifts are small birds which spend the majority of their lives flying. These birds have very short legs and never settle voluntarily on the ground, perching instead only on vertical surfaces. Many swifts have long swept back wings which resemble a crescent or boomerang. Alpine swift, Apus melba. Common swift, Apus. Pallid swift, Apus pallidus A, ladis 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 A. Rails, gallinules, and coots, 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 and Order, Growformes family, Rallidae. Rallidae is a large family of small to medium-sized birds, which includes the rails, crakes, coots, and gallinules. Typically, they inhabit dense vegetation in damp environments near lakes, swamps, or rivers. In general, they are shy and secretive birds, making them difficult to observe. Most species have strong legs and long toes which are well adapted to soft, uneven surfaces. They tend to have short, rounded wings and to be weak flyers. Water rail, Rallus aquaticus, corn crake, Crex crex, crex crex, crex crex, crex crex. Spotted crake, Porzana porzana, 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 porzana. Eurasian moorhen, Gallinula chloropus. Eurasian coot, Fulica atrer, Lica atrer. Little crake, Sapornia parva, parva. Phelan's crake, Sapornia pusilla a. Cranes, order Gruiformes family, Gruidae. Cranes are large, long-legged, and long-necked birds. Unlike the similar-looking but unrelated herons, cranes fly with necks outstretched, not pulled back. Most have elaborate and noisy courting displays or dances. Common crane, grus gruses, grus. Thick knees, order Charadriiformes family, Barynidae. The thick knees are a group of largely tropical waders in the family Barynidae. They are found worldwide within the tropical zone, with some species also breeding in temperate Europe and Australia. They are medium to large waders with strong black or yellow-black bills, large yellow eyes, and cryptic plumage. Despite being classed as waders, most species have a preference for arid or semi-arid habitats. Eurasian thick knee, Barinus edicnemis a, nemis a, nemis a, nemis a, nemis a, nemis a, nemis a. Edicnemis a, nemis 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 a. Stilts and avocids. Order Charadriiformes family, Recurvirostриdae. Recurvirostриdae is a family of large wading birds, which includes the avocids and stilts. The avocids have long legs and long upcurved bills. The stilts have extremely long legs and long, thin, straight bills. Black-winged stilt, Himantopus. Pied avocet, Recurvirostra avocetet. Oyster catchers, order Charadriiformes family, Hematopididae. The oyster catchers are large and noisy plover-like birds, with strong bills used for smashing or prizing open mollusks. Eurasian oyster catcher, Hematopus australgus. Plovers and lapwings. Order Charadriiformes family, Charadriidae. The family Charadriidae includes the plovers, dotterels, and lapwings. They are small to medium-sized birds with compact bodies, short, thick necks, and long, usually pointed, wings. They are found in open country worldwide, mostly in habitats near water. Black-bellied plover, Pluvialis squatterella. European golden plover, Pluvialis apricariae, Pacific golden plover, Pluvialis fulva a. Northern lapwing, Vanellus. Sociable lapwing, Vanellus gregarius Arius Garius Arius Arius Garius Garius Arius Garius Arius Arius Garius Garius Garius. Kentish plover, Charadrius alexandrinensis. Common ringed plover, Charadrius hyeticulum. Little ringed plover, Charadrius dubius. Eurasian dotterel, Charadrius moralis analis analis. Analis 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 analis. Sandpipers and allies. Order Charadriiformes family, Scolopacidae. Scolopacidae is a large diverse family of small to medium-sized shorebirds including the sandpipers, curlews, godwits, shanks, tattlers, woodcocks, snipes, dowitchers, and phalaropes. The majority of these species eat small invertebrates picked out of the mud or soil. Variation in length of legs and bills enables multiple species to feed in the same habitat, particularly on the coast, without direct competition for food. Pratincoles and coursers. Order Charadriiformes family, Gliralidae. Gliralidae is a family of wading birds comprising the pratincoles, which have short legs, long pointed wings and long forked tails, and the coursers, which have long legs, short wings and long, pointed bills which curve downwards. Cream-colored courser, Cursorius cursor a 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 Sorius cursor a cursor a collared pratincole, Glarula pratincola a. Pratincola A, cola 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 A. Skuas and Jaegers. Order Charadriiformes family, Stercorariidae. The family Stercorariidae are in general medium to large birds, typically with gray or brown plumage, often with white markings on the wings. They nest on the ground in temperate and Arctic regions and are long-distance migrants. Great skua, Stercorarius skua a, 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 skua a. Palmarine jaeger, Stercorarius palmarinus a, arinus a. Parasitic jaeger, Stercorarius parasiticus a, ticus a. Long-tailed jaeger, Stercorarius longicaudus a, caudus a, caudus a, caudus a. Dingocaudus a, caudus 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 a. Auks, murres, and puffins. Order Charadriiformes family, Alcidae. Alcids are superficially similar to penguins due to their black and white colors, their upright posture, and some of their habits. However, they are not related to the penguins and differ in being able to fly. Auks live on the open sea, only deliberately coming ashore to nest. Black guillemot, Cephas grill a, grill a, grill a, grill a, grill a, grill a, grill eggs, grill eggs, grill eggs, grill egg, grill egg, grill egg, grill egg. Atlantic puffin, Fratercula arctica a. Fila arctica a, tica 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 a. Gulls, terns, and skimmers. Order Charadriiformes family, Laridae e. Laridae, Laridae e. Laridae is a family of medium to large seabirds, the gulls, terns, and skimmers. They are typically gray or white, often with black markings on the head or wings. They have stout, longish bills and webbed feet. Terns are a group of generally medium to large seabirds, typically with gray or white plumage, often with black markings on the head. Most terns hunt fish by diving, but some pick insects off the surface of fresh water. Terns are generally long-lived birds, with several species known to live in excess of 30 years. Loons. Order Gaviiformes family, Gaviidae. Loons, known as divers in Europe, are a group of aquatic birds found in many parts of North America and northern Europe. They are the size of a large duck or small goose, which they somewhat resemble when swimming, but to which they are completely unrelated. Red-throated loon, Gavia stellata, stellata, Gavia stellata, stellata, Ungavia stellata. Arctic loon, Gavia arctica. Common loon, Gavia immerae, 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 yellow-billed loon, Gavia adamsiae, Northern storm petrels. Order, Procelariiformes family, Hydrobatidae. The northern storm petrels are relatives of the petrels and are the smallest seabirds. They feed on planktonic crustaceans and small fish picked from the surface, typically while hovering. The flight is fluttering and sometimes bat-like. European storm petrel, Hydrobates pelagicus. Shearwaters and petrels. Order, Procelariiformes family, Procelariidae. The procelariids are the main group of medium-sized true petrels, characterized by united nostrils with medium septum and a long outer functional primary. Northern fulmar, Fulmarus glacialis A, Chiles A, Chiles A, Chiles A, Chiles A, Chiles A, Chiles A, Manx shearwater, Puffinus, Yelkouin shearwater, Puffinus yelkouin A, in A, in A, in A, in A, Kun A. Storks. Order, Siconiiformes family, Siconiidae. Storks are large, long-legged, long-necked, wading birds with long, stout bills. Storks are mute, but bill clattering is an important mode of communication at the nest. Their nests can be large and may be reused for many years. Many species are migratory. Black stork, Ciconia nigra, White stork, Ciconia. Boobies and gannets. Order, Suliformes family, Sulidae. The sulids comprise the gannets and boobies. Both groups are medium to large coastal seabirds that plunge dive for fish. Northern gannet, Morus basinus A, Sanus A, Sanus A. Cormorants and shags. Order, Suliformes family, Phalacrocoracidae. Phalacrocoracidae is a family of medium to large coastal, fish-eating seabirds that includes cormorants and shags. Plumage coloration varies, with the majority having mainly dark plumage, some species being black and white, and a few being colorful. Pygmy cormorant, Microcarbopygmaeus. Great cormorant, Phalacrocorax carbo. European shag, Phalacrocorax aristotles. Pelicans. Order, Pelecaniformes family, Pelecanidae. Pelicans are large water birds with a distinctive pouch under their beak. As with other members of the order Pelecaniformes, they have webbed feet with 4 toes. Great white pelican, Pelecanus autocrotalis A, talus, 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 A. Dalmatian pelican, Pelecanus crispus A. Herons, aigrettes, and bitterns. Order, Pelecaniformes family, Ardeidae. The family Ardeidae contains the bitterns, herons, and aigrettes. Herons and egrets are medium to large wading birds with long necks and legs. Bitterns tend to be shorter-necked and more wary. Members of our deity fly with their necks retracted, unlike other long-necked birds such as storks, ibises, and spoonbills. Great bittern Bateris stellaris, little bittern Ixobrichus minutus. Gray heron Ardea cinerea, purple heron Ardea purpurea. Great egret Ardea albava, little egret Egretta garzita. Cattle egret Bubulcus ibis a 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 bis a ibis a ibis a ibis a ibis a ibis a bis a ibis a ibis a Squacco heron Ardeolar ralloids, black-crowned night heron Nycticorax, ibises, and spoonbills. Order Pelecaniformes family. Thresciarnithidae. Thresciarnithidae is a family of large terrestrial and wading birds which includes the ibises and spoonbills. They have long, broad wings with 11 primary and about 20 secondary feathers. They are strong flyers and, despite their size and weight, very capable soarers. Glossy ibis, Plegates falcinellus a. African sacred ibis, Thresciarnes Ethiopicus apicus. Ethiopicus a. He's Ethiopicus apicus a. Northern bold ibis, Geronticus eremita I. Eurasian spoonbill, Platalia leucoridae. Osprey. Order Accipitriformes family, Pandionidae. The family Pandionidae contains only one species, the osprey. The osprey is a medium-large raptor which is a specialist fish eater with a worldwide distribution. Osprey Pandion haliatus. Hawks, eagles, and kites. Order Accipitriformes family, Accipitridae. Accipitridae is a family of birds of prey which includes hawks, eagles, kites, harriers, and old world vultures. These birds have powerful hooked beaks for tearing flesh from their prey, strong legs, powerful talons, and keen eyesight. Barn owls. Order Strigiformes family, Titanidae. Barn owls are medium to large owls with large heads and characteristic heart-shaped faces. They have long, strong legs with powerful talons. Barn owl, Tyto album. Owls. Order Strigiformes family, Strigidae. The typical owls are small to large solitary nocturnal birds of prey. They have large forward-facing eyes and ears, a hawk-like beak, and a conspicuous circle of feathers around each eye called a facial disc. Eurasian scops owl, Otis scops. Eurasian eagle owl, bubo. Snowy owl, Bubo scandiacus dicus Eurasian pygmy owl, Glossidium passarinum. Little owl Athene noctua. Tawny owl Strixaluco. Ural owl Strix uralensis. Long-eared owl Aceo ottosus. Short-eared owl Aceo flammeus lamius. Boreal owl Aegolius funereus. Hupose. Order Buceratiformes family Eupupidae. Hupos have black, white, and orangey pink coloring with a large erectile crest on their head. Eurasian hoopoe, Eupupa epops. Kingfishers. Order Coraciformes family, Alcidinidae. Kingfishers are medium-sized birds with large heads, long pointed bills, short legs and stubby tails. Common kingfisher, Alcedo et hies. Bee-eaters. Order Coraciformes family Muripidae. The bee-eaters are a group of near-passerine birds in the family Muripidae. Most species are found in Africa, but others occur in southern Europe, Madagascar, Australia, and New Guinea. They are characterized by richly colored plumage, slender bodies, and usually elongated central tail feathers. All are colorful and have long downturned bills and pointed wings, which give them a swallow-like appearance when seen from afar. European bee-eater, Merops apiaster, 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 Merops apiaster, 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 Merops apiaster, Merops apiaster, apiaster, Merops apiaster, apiaster, rollers. Order Coraciformes family Coracidae. Rollers resemble crows in size and build, but are more closely related to the kingfishers and bee-eaters. They share the colorful appearance of those groups, with blues and browns predominating. The two inner front toes are connected, but the outer toe is not. European roller Horacius garrulus aeolus 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 aeolus. Woodpeckers. Order Pisiformes family Pisidae, 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 Pisidae. Woodpeckers are small to medium-sized birds with chisel-like beaks, short legs, stiff tails, and long tongues used for capturing insects. Some species have feet with 2 toes pointing forward and 2 backward, while several species have only 3 toes. Many woodpeckers have the habit of tapping noisily on tree trunks with their beaks. Eurasian wryneck, Jinx torquilla. Eurasian three-toed woodpecker, Picoides tridactylus sedactylus. Middle spotted woodpecker, Dendrocoptes medius. White-backed woodpecker, Dendrocopos leucotos. Great spotted woodpecker, Dendrocopos majors, 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 Syrian woodpecker, Dendrocopos syriacus, syriacus. Lesser spotted woodpecker, Dryabates minor, it's 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 minor. Gray-headed woodpecker, Picus canis ss. Eurasian green woodpecker, Picus virides. Black woodpecker, Dryacopus martius. Falcons and caracaras. Order Falconiformes family Falconidae. Falconidae is a family of diurnal birds of prey. They differ from hawks, eagles, and kites in that they kill with their beaks instead of their talons. Lesser kestrel, Falco nomania extirpated. Eurasian kestrel, Falco tinninculicis. Red-footed falcon, Falco vespertinus. Eleonoris falcon, Falco eleonori a. Merlin, Falco columbarius, Falco columbarius. Eurasian hobby, Falco subuteo. Lanner falcon, Falco biormicus a. Micus a. Micus a. Micus a. Biormicus a. Micus a. Micus a. Micus a. Micus a. Micus a. Micus a. Saker falcon, Falco cheragae. Peregrine falcon, Falco peregrinus. Old World orioles. Order Passeriformes family, Oriolidae. The Old World orioles are colorful passerine birds. They are not related to the New World orioles. Eurasian golden oriole, Aureolus, 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 Aureolus. Shrikes. Order Passeriformes family Lanidae. Shrikes are passerine birds known for their habit of catching other birds and small animals and impaling the uneaten portions of their bodies on thorns. A typical shrike's beak is hooked, like a bird of prey. Red-backed shrike, Lanius colorio. Great gray shrike, Lanius excubitor. Lesser gray shrike, Lanius minor, minor. Woodchuck shrike, Lanius senator, 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 senator. Crows, jays, and magpies. Order Passeriformes family, Corvidae. The family Corvidae includes crows, ravens, jays, chows, magpies, treepies, nutcrackers, and ground jays. Corvids are above average in size among the Passeriformes, and some of the larger species show high levels of intelligence. Eurasian jay Garrulus glandarius, Eurasian magpie Pika-pikuk, 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 Eurasian nutcracker Nucifraga caryocatactus, red-billed chow Pyrrhocorax extirpated, yellow-billed chow Pyrrhocorax graculus, Eurasian jackdaw Corvus mondulol, rook Corvus frugiogus, carrion crow Corvus coro, hooded crow Corvus cornix, common raven Corvus corax, tits, chickadees, and titmis. Order Passeriformes family, Paridae. The Paridae are mainly small, stocky woodland species with short, stout bills. Some have crests. They are adaptable birds with a mixed diet including seeds and insects. Coal tit, Paraparis ater, Paris ater. Crested tit, Lophophanes cristatus. Somber tit, Pocyle lugubris a, gubris a, gubris a, Pocyle lugubris a, bris a, bris a, gubris a, Pocyle lugubris a, gubris a, gubris a, gubris a, gubris a, Al lugubris a, marsh tit, Pocyle palustris, willow tit, Pocyle montanan, Eurasian blue tit, Siamese caeruleus, great tit, Parus majorus, 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 Parus majorus, 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 major, pendulum tits. Order Passeriformes family, Rhimisidae. The pendulum tits are a group of small passerine birds related to the true tits. They are insectivores. Eurasian pendulum tit, Rhimys pendulinus. Larks, sarks, Order Passeriformes family, Alaudidae. Larks are small terrestrial birds with often extravagant songs and display flights. Most larks are fairly dull in appearance. Their food is insects and seeds. Horned lark Remophila alpestris a astris a astris a astris a apestris a astris 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 a greater short-toed lark Calandrella brachydactyla a, actyla a, actyla a, actyla a. Calandra lark, Melanocorypha calandra a. Wood lark, Lulula arboreae, 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 arboreae. Arboreae, 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 arboreae. Eurasian skylark, Alauda arvensis. Crested lark, Galerida cristata. Bearded reedling. Order Passeriformes family, Panuridae. This species, the only one in its family, is found in reed beds throughout temperate Europe and Asia. Bearded reedling, Panurus biormicus. Cisticolas and allies. Order Passeriformes family, Cysticolidae. The Cysticolidae are warblers found mainly in warmer southern regions of the Old World. They are generally very small birds of drab brown or gray appearance found in open country such as grassland or scrub. Sitting Cysticola juncetes. Reed warblers and allies. Order Passeriformes family, Acrosphallae. The members of this family are usually rather large for warblers. Most are rather plain olivaceous brown above, with much yellow to beige below. They are usually found in open woodland, reeds or tall grass. The family occurs mostly in southern to western Eurasia and surroundings, but it also ranges far into the Pacific, with some species in Africa. Booted warbler, Iguna caligata gata 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 Eastern olivaceous warbler, Iguna pallida Calidet, Melodious warbler, Hippolae polyglotta, 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 polyglotta. Icterine warbler, Hippolae icterinen. Aquatic warbler, Acrosphalis paludicola cola 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 Moustache warbler, Acrosphalis melanopogon, osmelanopogon, sedge warbler, Acrosphalis sconobenus, Paddofield warbler, Acrosphalis agricola cola 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 Gallus agricola cola Lith's reed warbler, Acrosphalis dumitorum Marsh warbler, Acrosphalis palustris, Eurasian reed warbler, Acrosphalis serpaceus, great reed warbler, Acrosphalis arundinaceus. Grassbirds and allies. Order Passeriformes family, Locustellidae. Locustellidae are a family of small insectivorous songbirds found mainly in Eurasia, Africa, and the Australian region. They are smallish birds with tails that are usually long and pointed and tend to be drab brownish or buffy all over. River warbler, Locustella fluviatilis. Savies warbler, Locustella lacinioides. Common grasshopper warbler, Locustella nivaeae. Swallows. Order Passeriformes family, Hirundinidae. The family Hirundinidae is adapted to aerial feeding. They have a slender, streamlined body, long pointed wings, and a short bill with a wide gape. The feet are adapted to perching rather than walking, and the front toes are partially joined at the base. Bank swallow, Riparia. Eurasian crag martin, Tyanophrogny rupestris. Barn swallow, Hirundo rusticus. Red-rumped swallow, Cecropes dorica. Common house martin, Dolichon urbicum. Leaf warblers. Order Passeriformes family, Philoscopidae. Leaf warblers are a family of small insectivorous birds found mostly in Eurasia and ranging into Wallacea and Africa. The species are of various sizes, often green plumaged above and yellow below or more subdued with grayish-green to grayish-brown colors. Wood warbler Philoscopus sibillatrix. Western Bonelese warbler Philoscopus bonelese. Eastern Bonelese warbler Philoscopus orientalis. Yellow-browed warbler Philoscopus inornatus aaa. Pallas's leaf warbler Philoscopus progulus aaa. Hyllus aaa. Hyllus aaa. Hyllus aaa. His progulus aaa. Dusty warbler Philoscopus fuscatus aaa. Copus fuscatus aaa. Willow warbler Philoscopus trochilus. Common chiffchaff Philoscopus colobita. Bush warblers and allies. Order Passeriformes family Scotosucidae, Usucidae, D. Usucidae, Usucidae. The members of this family are found throughout Africa, Asia, and Polynesia. Their taxonomy is in flux, and some authorities place some genera in other families. Setti's warbler, Setcheseti, Chuseti, Blur, Setcheseti. Long-tailed tits. Order Passeriformes family Aegothalidae. Long-tailed tits are a group of small passerine birds with medium to long tails. They make woven bag nests in trees. Most eat a mixed diet, which includes insects. Long-tailed tit, Aegothallus caudatus. Sylviid warblers, parrotbills, and allies. Order Passeriformes family Sylviidae. The family Sylviidae is a group of small insectivorous passerine birds. They mainly occur as breeding species, as the common name implies, in Europe, Asia, and, to a lesser extent, Africa. Most are of generally undistinguished appearance, but many have distinctive songs. Eurasian blackgap Sylvia atrincapilla. Garden warbler Sylvia borininin. Barred warbler Sylvia nasoriae. Lesser whitethroat Sylvia caruca. Eastern Orphean warbler Sylvia crassirostris aaa. Subalpine warbler Sylvia cantillans. Sardinian warbler Sylvia melanosphala. Greater whitethroat Sylvia communes. Laughing thrushes and allies. Order Passeriformes family Laethrichidae. The members of this family are diverse in size and coloration, though those of genus Turdoides tend to be brown or grayish. The family is found in Africa, India, and Southeast Asia. Red-billed Laethrix, Laethrix luteae, luteae, Laethrix luteae, luteae. Luthrix luteae, luteae, luteae. Kinglets. Order Passeriformes family Regulity. The kinglets, also called crests, are a small group of birds often included in the Old World warblers, but frequently given family status because they also resemble the titmus. Gold crest, Regulus. Common firecrest, Regulus ignicapillus. Wall creeper. Order Passeriformes family Tichodromidae. The wall creeper is a small bird related to the nuthatch family, which has stunning crimson, gray, and black plumage. Wall creeper Tichodroma murariae. Nuthatches. Order Passeriformes family Citidae. Nuthatches are small woodland birds. They have the unusual ability to climb down trees head first, unlike other birds which can only go upwards. Nuthatches have big heads, short tails, and powerful bills and feet. Eurasian nuthatch, Citta europaea. Western rock nuthatch, Citta numerior. Tree creepers. Order Passeriformes family, Certhiidae. Tree creepers are small woodland birds, brown above and white below. They have thin pointed down curved bills, which they use to extricate insects from bark. They have stiff tail feathers, like woodpeckers, which they use to support themselves on vertical trees. Eurasian tree creeper, Certhia familiaris. Short-toed tree creeper, Certhia brachydactyla. Wrens. Order Passeriformes family, Troglodytidae. The wrens are mainly small and inconspicuous except for their loud songs. These birds have short wings and thin down-turned bills. Several species often hold their tails upright. All are insectivorous. Eurasian wren, troglodytes. Dippers. Order Passeriformes family, Cinclidae. Dippers are a group of perching birds whose habitat includes aquatic environments in the Americas, Europe, and Asia. They are named for their bobbing or dipping movements. White-throated dipper, Cinclus. Starlings. Order Passeriformes family, Sternidae. Starlings are small to medium-sized passerine birds. Their flight is strong and direct, and they are very gregarious. Their preferred habitat is fairly open country. They eat insects and fruit. Plumage is typically dark with a metallic sheen. European starling, Sturnus vulgaris. Rosy starling, Pastor roseus a. Thrushes and allies. Order Passeriformes family, Turdidae. The thrushes are a group of passerine birds that occur mainly in the Old World. They are plump, soft-plumaged, small to medium-sized insectivores or sometimes omnivores, often feeding on the ground. Many have attractive songs. White's thrush, Zoothera aurea a, 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 aurea. Scaly thrush, Zoothera doma a. Doma A, 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 Doma A. Missile thrush, Turdus visivorus. Song thrush, Turdus philomelos. Redwing, Turdus iliacus. Eurasian blackbird, Turdus murillo. Fieldfare, Turdus pilaris. Ring ouzel, Turdus torquatus. Old World flycatchers. Order Passeriformes family, Muscicapidae. Old World flycatchers are a large group of small passerine birds native to the Old World. They are mainly small arboreal insectivores. The appearance of these birds is highly varied, but they mostly have weak songs and harsh calls. Waxwings. Order Passeriformes family, Bomacilidae. The waxwings are a group of birds with soft, silky plumage and unique red tips to some of the wing feathers. In the Bohemian and cedar waxwings, these tips look like sealing wax and give the group its name. These are arboreal birds of northern forests. They live on insects in summer and berries in winter. Bohemian waxwing, Bomacilla garrulus. Accentors. Order Passeriformes family, Prunellidae. The accentors are in the only bird family, Prunellidae, which is completely endemic to the Palearctic. They are small, fairly drab species superficially similar to sparrows. Alpine accentor, Prunella calaris. Dunnock, Prunella modularis. Old World sparrows. Order Passeriformes family, Passeridae. Old World sparrows are small passerine birds. In general, sparrows tend to be small, plump, brown or gray birds with short tails and short, powerful beaks. Sparrows are seed eaters, but they also consume small insects. House sparrow, Passer domesticus. Italian sparrow, Passer italii. Spanish sparrow, Passer hispanulensis aensis 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 a. Eurasian tree sparrow, Passer montanus. Rock sparrow, Petronia a. Ronia a. White-winged snowfinch, Montifringilla nivalis. Wagtails and pipits, hunt pipits. Order, Passeriformes family, Motacillidae. Motacillidae is a family of small passerine birds with medium to long tails. They include the wagtails, longclaws, and pipits. They are slender, ground-feeding insectivores of open country. Ray wagtail, Motacilla cinerea. Western yellow wagtail, Motacilla flava. Citrine wagtail, Motacilla citriola a. White wagtail, Motacilla albo. Richard's pipit, Anthus richardi a. Richardi a. Richardi Richardi a. Tawny pipit, Anthus campestris. Meadow pipit, Anthus praxis. Tree pipit, Anthus trivialis. Olive-backed pipit, Anthus hudsoni a. Red-throated pipit, Anthus cervinus. Water pipit, Anthus spinolated. Finches, euphonias and allies. Order, Passeriformes family, Fringulidae. Finches are seed-eating passerine birds that are small to moderately large and have a strong beak, usually conical and in some species very large. All have 12 tail feathers and 9 primaries. These birds have a bouncing flight with alternating bouts of flapping and gliding on closed wings, and most sing well. Longspurs and Arctic buntings. Order, Passeriformes family, Calcareidae. The Calcareidae are a family of birds that had been traditionally grouped with the New World sparrows, but differ in a number of respects and are usually found in open grassy areas. Lapland longspur, Calcareus laponicus a. Anchus a. Snow bunting, Plectrophonax nivalis. Old World buntings. Order, Passeriformes family, Emberizidae. The Emberizids are a large family of passerine birds. They are seed-eating birds with distinctively shaped bills. Many Emberizid species have distinctive head patterns. Black-headed bunting, Emberiza melanosphala a. Melanosphala a. Sphala a. Melanosphala a. Sphala a. Sphala a. Sphala a. Sphala a. Sphala a. Sphala a. Melanosphala a. Sphala a. Corn bunting, Emberiza calendar. Emberiza calendar. Rock bunting, Emberiza cia. Searle bunting, Emberiza surlis. Yellowhammer, Emberiza citrinellal. Pine bunting, Emberiza leucosphelos a. Phelos 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 a. Alos a. Phelos a. Phelos a. Ortolan bunting, Emberiza hortulana. Tulana. Reed bunting, Emberiza sconoclissus. Little bunting, Emberiza pusilla a. Rustic bunting, Emberiza rustica a. Ustica 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 a.